So this episode's called This Was Supposed to Be Easy.
Oh, cool. That's real fucking helpful. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm assuming including a dragon in your conflict is not exactly easy. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for Invincible. This one's going to be doing my next review for Season 3. This is for Season 3, Episode 5, titled This Was Supposed to Be Easy. So, continuing the reviews for Invincible Season 3, we got 3 more after this, which we will, over the next coming days, be reviewing as well. Episode 5, man, this was crazy. You know, this was the one episode this season I remember, like, when this released a few weeks ago, a lot of people said, like, this is, like, the one episode people didn't like. I had no issues with this episode. I'm gonna be honest. I enjoyed it. It definitely wasn't as big as the other episodes, but it was really exciting. I mean, we fought a dragon, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is. I thought it was a cool episode. This episode kind of focused more on Titan as he, kind of was spending time with his daughter and stuff like that. And we kind of see kind of a threatening thing kind of presented to him here, as you got Leo that's basically threatening to kill his daughter, basically, in other words. And you kind of see him kind of be on edge about this, and he's like, listen, like, baby girl, you're going to go with your mom for now. I don't want you home. Like, this guy's clearly a problem, you know what I mean? And we can see that he's kind of worried. They kind of almost fake you out, too, briefly, when she's like, yeah, I saw this old man at school, and he talked to me and stuff. And he's just like, what, Like, it was like, okay, like, yeah, no, you're going elsewhere for now. I'm going to keep you safe, So I felt bad for Titan in this one. I really did. And it was just sad to see him go through all that stuff, just the urgency of everything, right? Now, a big focus of this episode is Mark and Adam Eve. The relationship is kind of being kept secret. They are sleeping together, of course, and then she has to sneak out the window because, obviously Mark doesn't want his mom to know about them and stuff, which you can tell she already knows, you know what I mean? And she goes down, knocks at the door, right? And you got Mark that walks up and he's like, oh, Adam Eve, I didn't expect to see you, And then you got Oliver that's like, yeah, you were just upstairs, and he's like, so they're trying to sneak around. Oliver's not making it exactly easy, and they all kind of sit there and have breakfast together, and then Mark basically decides to bring up the idea that he wants maybe a little bit more privacy. He wants to be a little bit more independent, and he wants to, screw Adam Eve whenever he wants to, basically, right? So that's kind of the idea. So he basically brings up the idea that, you know what, maybe I'm going to get my own place, maybe I'm going to get my own apartment, but obviously they need to, make more money before they're able to afford an apartment. So we kind of see a few things from the comics in this one. We do see the sequence where Adam Eve goes to the prison to kind of, sell her this pitch or whatever to try to kind of spread the word about their, company and stuff. And I do like the subtle detail that even her glasses are like pink, which obviously she tries to make herself look smart, of course. I mean, she is smart, but she tries to make herself look really smart, which you can clearly tell she made herself, And it was cool because that was a scene in the comics, but it didn't really last all that long in the comics. I remember it was a really quick scene. So they did that, which I thought was really cool as well, too. And, in this episode, we got a few other scenes. We got, like, Rex and Ray. Basically, he kind of makes her, like, a steak and stuff like that. He looked up the recipe and all this stuff, They're kind of spending some time together. They kind of try this wine, which did not taste good based off the way they were kind of wording it, and then they kind of were like, oh, just eat the food, it's all right, I love Rex, man, I absolutely love Rex. So that was good. We kind of saw some updates on some of the relationships, and I think that's why maybe some people kind of complained about it, is that, like, there wasn't exactly, like, major, like, Cecil stuff, or, like, Omni-Man wasn't in it or something, but I don't know, I still really enjoyed the episode. I thought it was a good episode, and then we get the massive sequence with the dragon, which I was waiting for because that was in the comics, of course. And this is kind of the massive, fight that goes down in this one, where you got the dragon, of course. He kind of comes out. Leo or whatever, he gets taken down, and then obviously Mark and Eve have to obviously kind of do their thing, and they kind of have to help out So they fight him, of course, in this prison, and it was a pretty exciting sequence because you have Titan in this one that obviously, Mark wants to take to jail, obviously, for what went down with them, but he doesn't really think that that's a good idea. He kind of tries to escape from Mark all the time, and he's trying to prove to Mark that he's going to help him out. He's on his side, you know what I mean? So he's trying to kind of help out, but the fight with the dragon was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was a really good sequence, and I did like the fight between him and Mark. It was really good. It was kind of a close call for him, and then, Eve kind of came in and saved him and stuff like that. I also enjoyed seeing, of course, the multiple scene where, at the beginning of the episode, he literally goes from multiple, he just, multiplies over and over and over again until the cell gets so fucking crammed that the blood, goes everywhere. They all get killed, and then he just walks out. It was gory as hell, and I must say, it was really a cool way to open up the episode, you know what I mean? And I liked it because we saw, of course, him and Kate, they kind of, catch up, and she's like, listen, you have to do your time. Yeah, you can escape anytime you want, but it is what it is. And they kind of acknowledge, the rough past that they went through, of course, growing up and what they were taught to do their whole life. And, it kind of goes to show you a little bit that it's like, yeah, they definitely, they're kind of all they have, right? Which is kind of sad in that own way. But, I thought it was pretty insane, and I thought overall the fight scene with the dragon was really exciting. Obviously, they took the darn thing down, and it was really, really cool. I very much enjoyed all of that. Now, we also had a plot in this episode with Oliver where he kind of sneaks out of the house in this episode, and then Mark has to kind of, find him, right? Because obviously his mother's worried and stuff, and they kind of go to save him, but they decide to kind of watch from a distance, both Mark and, Eve, as they basically watch him. He's kind of doing some skateboarding tricks and stuff. They kind of think nothing of it, and then these bullies show up and tell them hey, get out of here, this is our spot. And he's just like, no, we're not leaving, and basically they give him the ultimatum, and obviously Oliver kind of takes it upon himself to use his powers to pull their pants down, embarrass the hell out of them, and then they run away like friggin' idiots, and Mark kind of realizes, as Eve tells him, he could handle himself, right? So it's it's pretty cool. So I did like that stuff with Oliver, and then of course, his mom kind of mentions, you shouldn't be sneaking out of the house and stuff like that. And then she kind of brings up to Mark later on that night, hey, I know that you've been sleeping with Eve, I know that's what you guys are doing up there. And then he quickly cleans up the mess, gives her the box. He's like, see you, Mom. So I thought that was pretty funny as well. But yeah, it was a great episode. It was a really good episode. A lot of really just intense sequences. And then at the end of the episode with the post-credit, we obviously see that Leo is very much still alive. They obviously, you see his eyes open at the end there. So yeah, it was really cool. It was a really great episode. I really enjoyed it. And I thought overall this was a fantastic one. I don't know. People are probably going to call me crazy. I'm gonna give this a 10. I know this is the one episode that a lot of people said they didn't like. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was a great episode. And I very much enjoyed all the fight sequences and all the things we got in this one. It was really, really good. So post your comments down below what you think of episode 5 of Invincible. Episode 6, 7, and 8 will be coming over the following days, so make sure to stay tuned and keep watching for the rest of those as we kind of minorly catch up here on Invincible. So thank you all for your patience. Going to get these reviews out as soon as possible, but that is that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and there are 2 reviews out for y'all to see today, probably another one tomorrow, and then we'll cap off the season pretty quickly after. So thank you all for watching. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe once you don't miss any other videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys, and of course I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Invincible. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a straight fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.